Hey everyone, Couch Investor back to another video for today. So let's talk about Rivian and the big news that came out yesterday, which saw the stock soar over 10%. Now I've covered Rivian in the past, and yes, I am a huge Tesla bull. Tesla is my biggest position in my portfolio, but since the start, I said I actually liked Rivian, the car and the company. The only thing I didn't like is obviously the price and the valuation, which has come down tremendously since it went public. So is it time to pick some shares up? Maybe, maybe not. Maybe this news will push us in a specific direction. So before we go into that, if you want to support me and this channel, do check out the link down in the description and in the pinned comment to get the top 10 best stocks to buy now, or go to full.com/couchinvestor and make sure to check out all the other links in the pinned comment. So what happened? So Rivian and Mercedes will partner up to make an all-electric commercial vehicle. Now, some of you are familiar with Rivian. You know that Amazon already has an order of around 100,000 vans, which should be completed by 2025, 2026 or so. See, depending on supply, etc., remains to be seen if they can reach that deadline. Now, another deadline or another number that is important for this year is the fact that they said at first that they would produce 40,000 vehicles as a whole. Now that's down to 25,000, as mentioned in the last quarterly earnings. Remains to be seen if they can match that number or maybe even exceed that. Now, again, I would like to reiterate that Rivian as a car, I've seen lots of reviews on YouTube, especially one from Marcus Brownlee. The vehicle looks amazing. I think it's exactly what you want from a pickup truck. And since there is, a Rivian, there is a Ford F-150 Lightning, there is still no Cybertruck, I do believe that they are gaining lots of traction with their current vehicle. So when it comes to the announcement, what does that entail? So Mercedes-Benz Vans, the van side of Mercedes, and Rivian are planning a joint venture to produce electric vans in a factory in Poland, Hungary, or Romania within the next few years. So the company both of them have signed a memorandum of understanding and are planning how to produce their models on a joint production line, which will obviously save Rivian a lot of money. We know that right now they're burning a lot of cash, but on the other hand, they have a lot of cash on hand as well. And news like this will certainly help them slow down the cash burn. Now, Mercedes also said it would restructure German factories that currently build splinter vans, which will pop up on the screen right now, to offset higher costs for electric vehicles. They said currently all our transporters are produced in Germany. We are the only manufacturer doing this. We want to keep producing in Germany, but it is only viable in combination with a lower cost location. Now, let's compare this with Tesla. We know that vehicles coming out of the Fremont factory have a higher cost than those that will come out from Berlin, from Austin, and those that come out from Shanghai, because those were built with one purpose: create electric vehicle at a reasonable cost. Fremont was an old factory, an old ICE factory that was just, let's say, remodeled to build EVs. Going back to Rivian and Mercedes, so sharing the cost of a European assembly plant with Mercedes should help the startup, they still call Rivian a startup, which burned through $1.2 billion in the second quarter, conserve cash, and save for its second US assembly plant planned for 2025, which again, we've seen with Tesla, is going to cost a lot of money. Building it and then ramping up as well. Now, to me, this makes a lot of sense. Rivian brings to the table, all their knowledge of building electric pickup trucks, vans as well, those for Amazon. They can bring that knowledge, that technology to the table with Mercedes, which obviously is known for building cars. Nothing new there. It's a win-win for both. Big win for Rivian because they can use that capital, that knowledge from Mercedes as well. They can enter the European market through a very known and big brand. So I think this is a very big deal for Rivian and especially its shareholders. Now, does that mean that it will be a success, that you should buy, that it's the next Tesla, 100X, etc.? To be honest, I don't know, but could be worse. This is already a very good news for the company. Now, looking at the stock, for example, which you can see here, this is the daily chart because the monthly chart is obviously very tiny. There are not many lines or indicators that we could use. So using the daily chart, we can see that obviously today the stock was up 10%. So we have a tiny gap right here. Not all gaps get filled. It's a myth that all gaps get filled. Not all of them do. Most of them, yes. Now, if we can continue that momentum, because as you can see, the MACD here turned positive as well. If you can continue that momentum, it should retest that $40 mark. Now, it did fail in the past. Let's see what happens. It will have to be a very, very good market momentum for Rivian, the stock, to continue on its way up and actually break that resistance line right here. If it fails, and then we also obviously have lots of meetings in September. We have the CPI report coming up next week, I believe. And then at the end of the month, we have the Fed meeting. So it remains to be seen what happens there. Positive news, then yes, you could see this break those $40 mark. Negative news, we go back down, we fill the gap, and then maybe we stay around that support line at $30, $31 or so. Or if it's very, very bad news, terrible news, and then the Fed races by 75 basis points or more, who knows, could go back down. I'm not a technical guy, I'm not a trader, so obviously there are some indicators here that you can put, some lines here and there that could maybe show you something more. If you are one of those and you're watching, let me know down in the comments below. Now for me at the moment, I'm very satisfied with just holding Tesla as an EV play. For this channel's portfolio, which is on stockcar.io, link is down in the description. It's free to follow if you want to see all the companies that we covered on this channel, the positions, how many were up, how many were down, etc. You can follow that there. But for the sake of following Rivian from today, I will add it to the channel's portfolio just to see what happens in the near-term future. So to conclude, as someone who is a big fan of Tesla, I like Rivian as well. I think this is great news for the company. This is good news for shareholders as well, but it will take time. It will take time. It will take money. Building a factory, ramping up takes time, takes patience, and especially a lot of money. So don't expect to see any effects anytime soon. But for this stock, as we've discussed, this might be a bullish indicator, something that might push the stock upwards. But overall, what you want to see for the company is it continue to produce, deliver vehicles, reduce costs, and the stock eventually will follow. So obviously, if you're a Rivian shareholder, do share your thoughts down in the comments below. Do you think this is bullish, bearish? Are you bullish or bearish on the company? Leave it all down in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this type of videos, leave it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, maybe hit that subscribe button. And I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.